to talk about connection today. Why it is that important, being connected to something. How does it really help with your belief system to be continuous? I think it's again like a very cyclical issue. When you believe in something, it connects you to the rest of the world who believes in the same thing. And then because it connects you to the rest of the world, it really helps you continue your belief. This is actually kind of the beauty of belief. I think once you're in it, it's really cyclical to really help, keep you motivated. And I'm not, we can talk about all the puzzle lovers, right? So you really think it's important, having puzzles in your life is important. You believe in it, and then it now connects you to the rest of the world. There are a lot of non-profit organizations, believe it or not, that people actually establish. They take donations. They help support, donating puzzles to the younger kids that is not, that doesn't have the money. So all these things, you kind of feel like, wow, you kind of vowed with people's beliefs, and it kind of motivates you more. That's why I think when you believe in something, recognizing the fact that you're connected to the larger audience becomes really, really important in continuity of your belief. So you could be believing in faith. It connects you to the rest of the world, which believes in the same faith. You might not believe the same way, but still, if you find a bunch of people that kind of sees it through your eyes, then it keeps connecting you to the rest of those people who are basically you also respect. When you become, a sports person, again, let's talk about soccer players these days, right? They really feel like they have to work hard. In the United States, soccer players aren't the most famous ones. They're not really recognized as much as the, football players. But they still believe in this. They spend the time, the effort, the energy. Why? Because they're connected to the rest of the world in soccer. That's actually why. There are other teams that they can go into, leagues. We actually watch US soccer games because they actually represent US, but not only that, they put all the effort and energy, the belief in that this sport will really get them and make them a new person. You always, listen to these interviews. I don't know, I do listen to them a lot. And a lot of the things that all those successful people say in terms of sports or soccer or swimming, and you talk to a lot of people who attend Olympians. They always talk about how doing that sport made them a new person, different person. Why? They're connected to now. They're always vowed with the new people that they met with, right? They will always aspire to be somebody else, and I was just listening the other day that, Maluma, who's a, very famous singer, who actually met Madonna, who she was his idol. So all these things, why they become so powerful and valuable? Because it connects them to the rest of the musicians that they respect. It connects them to the rest of the players that they respect. So what does it do? Then it motivates you to work harder. All those people, that you listen to musics, and they work so hard. They do concerts, they travel, they practice, they, basically try to really write better songs. And it kind of has to be believing in their talent so that they can continue this. There are those singers or musicians as well that, comes with one song and you all love it and then they disappear. Why? They're kind of recognizing their talent, but they don't believe to transform themselves so that they're connected to the rest of the world, to the rest of the whole business world of this, or the other musicians, or so that they have nothing that motivates them to deliver more and more. I think, everybody thinks about money could be a motivation, but I've seen a lot of people. Money gets you maybe to the initial phase of the belief, or initial phase of accepting that you have the talent, and you can make money off of that, or being a successful business person, being a successful soccer player. Everybody thinks that money is the motivating factor there. Maybe it is for the first time around, but not to continue that. Because to continue requires your belief, your connection to the rest of the audience, your respect. You want to be one of them. That actually kind of continues. You want to be one of those people who actually have succeeded, that you respected. And that actually really can continue your effort and energy, your style, because day in and day out, you really have to keep doing the same things, right? You can have a motivation to maybe work hard for a short period of time, for a week, for 3 months, for a year. But how are you going to continue this as a way of life for years? That actually requires the belief and your connection to the rest of the audience, because you see all the others are doing the same way. And this is actually becomes critical of recognition that now you're connected, all those people that you are respected of. I mean, I do that a lot myself. When I feel like hardship, when I feel like I don't want to do this anymore, I think about the people that I respect in this area. I respect that they never gave up. I'm sure they had those moments as well, but they never gave up. They continuously invested time and effort and energy. And this, I actually think this is the only way you can continue the action of belief. Otherwise, it slowly dies down and now you find yourself with no goals. That's actually the challenge of many believers, right? You see people who come on board for a year, you see them on YouTube, you see them working hard, you see them on making music videos, and then they disappear because they don't really connect themselves to the rest of the world. They don't use their talents as a belief system so that they can continue investing in it. Many great actors, you see them that they work so hard to act better and better. They take on really tough movies. And they're not easy. They have to, sometimes practice, horse riding. They have to sometimes practice dancing. They have to learn for that role. I mean, I think about how much time and energy they invest in. And after some point, it can't be money, because money can only have you do so much. You can always think about, yeah, I'm gonna do this much, I'm gonna make this much money, and I'm never gonna get better. What gets you better is your connection to the people that you respect. It's also the great competition that you wanna, compete and be better than them. But that's actually a great competition that makes you a better person in that belief system, whatever you're believing in, again. And I feel that's why how to connect to others becomes really important. Once you think that you believe in something, you definitely need to look for the connections, the people that you can connect with, so that you can be one of them. And once you become one of them, you can actually compete with them in a very professional way. And that actually brings the continuity to you.